So hi and welcome back. This is the second video talking about the K40 laser. So I've got the kit here which I'm going to show you in a minute, but first off I need to remove the old board. So I'm just going to show you what I originally had in here. So this is what I've got right now. This is an adjustable bed with a honeycomb topping. It's got a stepper motor down here. I don't think you can see. Let me see if I move this camera down a little bit. So that's a stepper motor there. The exhaust has been cut right back. This is the current air assist in here, which is not the most ideal in all honesty. That's what it looks like at the minute. So this bit here is all going to be coming out. Quite easily moves out. So this is the old bed. Like I say, it did work quite well. It just wasn't what I wanted really. It wasn't as accurate as I needed it to be, and it was just big and bulky and takes up a lot of room. So on this now, I shall give this a hoover out first. I'm going to remove the air assist, the one that's here. In this air assist here, it had the 3D printed part. These aren't the best really, because there is a chance that they could go on fire, but I can honestly say this one was printed for me very kindly when I was having problems with my 3D printer, and Tinkerneering printed it for me. I'll put a link to his YouTube channel down below, and it's actually been a workhorse. It's done really well for me. So, but that will be coming off because the whole new system, which I will show you now. So I've got some new tubing for the air assist. This came part of the pack. The instructions, which I've printed out in advance. I shall be following these instructions, but I shall be doing it on video for use. This is the chain where the air assist will go through, so that will give it less chance of burning through. These are my lens adapters. Obviously these are 3D printed. I also have the laser pointer module, and this is the adjustable lens. So this is it. It's a beautiful bit of kit. Like I say, it's all 3D printed. So my original part of the lens will go onto here, and then the actual lens goes on the bottom there. I then have some ball bearings. These are for the spacers to put your wood on top of on the bed. And I have the bed. Now this does have a couple of adapters on the bed so that you can get it even and the surface flat. These can be adjusted. I think it's just 5 mils. It can be adjusted up and down, so that'll work perfect for what I need. And I think they are magnets. Yeah, just to keep it down onto the bottom of the bed. Like I say, it's really is a lovely bed, that. And then these are magnets for holding your workpieces in place. So these will go onto there. Okay, so the first part of the instructions, it takes you through a run through of what's in your kit. Depending what you've ordered is what will be in your pack. So this is the pack I've ordered. So I've obviously ordered the adjustable lens. This is the original lens. Now we need to take this lens plate off, so we need to remove the lens out of here. We need to take the lens plate off, but we also need to keep the screws and everything on here because this will be attached with these screws. Also in the pack you will get 3 washers. These are the 3 washers. So for this step you are going to need your 3 washers and this plate here. Got my instructions in place because I will be following those. So the first thing it asks us to do is to remove the metal plate holding the laser head, but keep the screws safe as you will need them to secure the replacement. So I'm just going to do that now. Okay, so that is your old plate off. Yeah, my lens has got all that around the bottom. Another whole story. So put this somewhere safe where it can't get damaged for a minute. So now you get your 3 washers. Now these go on top of these standoffs here and underneath your plate. Okay, so looking underneath, this washer will fit under there quite nicely. So I'm going to do one at a time here. It's what it recommends. They recommend doing the back first. A little bit fiddly, but not too bad. Okay, now I've left that a bit loose because I need to then try and place these ones underneath. So I'm going to try placing these 2 actually together to get those washers in place. Move them with your screwdrivers to get them over the standoffs. Pretty straightforward. Get these screws in. Just keeping them nice and loose. Now we're going to need to do all the realigning again. So, okay, so in the instructions it says to tighten them up. Later we will remove them. We will slacken them just to move the plate about into the position that we need. But at the minute, I'm not going to overly tighten them. I'm just going to make sure that this is in place. Okay, I'm going to use this as a bit of a surface because what I need to do now is unscrew the head here. You've got to be careful because you've got your lens in there, so just be very cautious. I never touch the lens with my hands neither, so I don't intend to do that right now because you've got your other mirror there. But I'm just going to unscrew this here. Take that part off. I'm going to unscrew this one here. Now that's the lens in there. So now we're going to place this into the head. So in here at the back, go, is where the lens is going to go. So the top part of the lens will go here and I screw the other part into the bottom. So this will go up through the centre here. Okay, so that took a little bit of pressure to get that through. I took a little file and just went around the edges because it's just the remnants from 3D printing. So I've pushed that up through there. And now we're going to screw this part onto the top. Screwing it from underneath really. That will all need adjusting when I sort the lens out. So that's that part in. Sorry the camera is a little bit wobbly here today because this isn't the ideal area. Normally when I'm filming I have dedicated cameras, but this is for the inside of here, so it's not really set up for filming. Okay, so the rest of the lens part I'm going to put aside now. We are going to be fitting the chain at this point. So this is going to be the next bit that we're going to fit. So I'll get everything together and we'll come back. So the chain attaches to the end of the gantry here and this part clips into here. This, I think it's actually like this, but this way it stops, there we go. It will stop the chain from going in front of the lens here. It won't bend back that way, giving your air assist in there no chance of it actually getting burned by the laser, because when the laser shoots across from here it can burn through if that was to come the other way. So we pulled the gantry up. We have a hole at the side here and you can maybe see my hand coming through there. There's a hole. I'm going to take you to the other side here to have a look now. So I've moved the gantry forward and as you can see through here there's a couple of little screws in the end here. These screws just come out and this will start in place. and the new screws, the screws that you take out of there will go into here. So I've got the rubber tubing here for my air assist. I just got new tubing at the same time. Now this will come, I'm going to be taking it a slightly different direction this time. I'm going to probably be taking it out through the side of here, and I'll clip it onto there. So there's the air assist down here. So that goes just into there like that. I'll take this through here. Trying to keep it out of the way because I want to see those screws when I get it in. And I'm just going to run it down the inside of here. Okay, it was at this point that I actually lost the microphone on my GoPro. So basically all I'm doing here is undoing those screws, putting the bracket on and re-screwing them up. It was pretty straightforward, nothing too complicated. Okay, so I lost all the audio on the last part, so I've taken this back out from the K40 and now I'm going to show you in here the fitting of this bit. It's actually a lot easier when you take this bottom part off anyway. I don't know why I didn't do that in the beginning. So this just unscrews from the adjustable lens at the bottom, pretty simple, in and out. It's got a forward sliding adjustment on it, this anyway, so it's quite easy to do that. So what we do is we get the bottom part of the lens, remembering the dome side up. We've got a little screw bit here. It's got a little screw on it. That comes with your lens. I've got two lots, but it's only because I've got two different sizes for lenses. So it just sits in here. You have to be quite careful that it catches the thread okay. You don't want to screw that off. These little bits on here help with the alignment. So you screw that down so that your lens is tight in there. Try and avoid touching it at all costs. So that's that bit done. That's tied quite nice and tight in there actually now. Won't go around anymore. And then this sits into here. Now you do get extra ones of these. If it ends up that yours is quite slack, you can push one of these washers down inside there and that will just hold it tight. So make sure that that's fitted down to the bottom, which it is now. And then this bit with the washer in, this then sits on top. Now they recommend that you take the washer out first. You put this little bracket in, you'll see it's got a tiny little lip at the bottom there for the washer to sit on top. You just push that into the bracket, push it down nice and tight on top of there, and then the washer sits on top of that, pushes down into place, and that is you ready to go now. It's pretty solid in there, so it's not going to go anywhere. So we're now on to the next bit, which is getting everything aligned. Okay, now we've got the tubing bit there for the tubing. That'll be for the air assist, which we will need to figure out the perfect place for that. So far so good. We've got the lens all back in place with the lens in the bottom there, and now we're going to have to start aligning. Okay, I'm not going to show you about aligning mirrors. Okay, I think when it comes to the fourth mirror, the third mirror here, I will come back, but I'm going to go away and check all of that for the alignment before I come back, and then we'll go over aligning this mirror here. Okay, I'm going to put the laser back on now. I've already aligned mirror 1 and 2, and I've aligned it to mirror 3 here, and now I need to align it to the lens. This is often the bit that people find tricky, so follow the video below to get you up to this stage anyway. and now I'm going to go on and get the rest of it done. Now this video is very noisy, but I have to have the laser on, so the minute you've got the laser on and all the fans running, it becomes a very noisy machine. So what I need to do now, I'm just going to pull this over a little bit, and I'm going to stick a piece of I've got a piece of masking tape here just over the top, because I'm wanting to see where the dot is aligning to. So now this is not going to be very easy for you to see, but I'll put that over there, and I'm just going to do a test fire. I do it at really, really low power, virtually maybe 1 milliamp is what I sort of get up, just to do a test to see whereabouts on there we get a dot. So we are well off. I don't know if you can see very well there, but we are way off the centre of this. Now there could be a little bit of adjusting either way. The hole is just here. You can just about see it through the tape. Well, I can, and I'm roughly about centre, but it definitely needs to come this way a little bit. So because it's the dot is at the back here, I'm going to try and adjust this lens. So I'm just going to slightly turn it just this way, a slight little bit, and do another test fire and see where that points us. So do another test fire. Right, that's us just about hitting. I'm going to do a little bit more, just this way. Okay, so that appears to be roughly about centre, but I'm going to check it in all four corners now. So it is slightly out there. The same spot there. Okay, so I'm just going to take that tape off, and I'm going to put another piece on. We'll do all four corners again. So if the dot was going either to the left or the right side, you could adjust this carriage here, and then that would take up the dot. But because mine was going this way, front or back, it was definitely the lens, the actual lens that needed to be moved. See where that is now. So I'll go over that corner again. Just about dead centre there. Same there. Sorry, because I think it's burnt through. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. So it is aiming down through the centre for all four. Okay, so still following the instructions, are really great instructions that's actually been with this kit. I'm going to talk about where I got this from and who it was after I finished this. So next we need to put, this is a spacer tool. This will help us with measuring the lens for the material that we're using. So what it basically tells you to do, first of all, this is a locking nut here. So this knot, when it's tightened up, locks the rail here. So you need to undo that, and then you need to adjust roughly the lens till it's 50mm from the ramp, which is the bed at the minute. And then that's set up for the next part. So what they recommend that you do now is we tighten the locking nuts, and before a ramp test. I will leave a video link below for a ramp test for you, but there's lots of them on YouTube, so just find one that suits you and get that done. So I am going to do that before I do anything more, and then I shall come back after. Okay, so what you do then is once you find a spot, I found my spot there, I've got a little arrow on there. The spacer tool goes in the side here. And I'm going to drop that down. I've got the spacer tool down onto that bit, and then I've tightened it up. Okay, so all I've got to do next really is I'm going to get the ball bearings in here, a piece of wood, and I'm going to do a quick cut for you to see. So setting up the laser pointer tool is the last thing. The laser pointer tool attaches to the side, which is here. So that's the adjustable lens fully fitted. Is burning perfectly. Really pleased with it actually. The system fitted very well. You can see it's all 3D printed, but I think that this will be a lot better for me than the adjustable table. Fitted parts worked perfectly. I like that they've got a metal washer, so that if the laser dot does go off slightly, it's going to hit that rather than the plastic, which it'll just melt. So this kit I got from a Facebook page called K40 Laser Enhance, and it's Ray McCaig who sent it me. Now his shop, I shall put it down below. His website is called krafti.com, and I actually bought the full adjustable lens system with a leveling bed and air assist and a pointer module. It's just over £100 for the whole lot. So I don't personally think that's a lot of money. It's a whole new system. It cost me double that to make just one of those adjustable beds, and it meant that I had a lot more electronics going on in here. With this system I don't have that. I like the fact that the bed's really low and that you can adjust the lens to it, because it means that when I use thicker stock for just engraving, then I just adjust the lens. I don't have to adjust the bottom. The bed is it's brilliant. I like these. I bought these as extra, which you get on the website. So this is just perfect for sitting the right size wood in. So it sort of gives me a corner to start with. So the wood will go straight in and fit. In fact, that would probably be something I would maybe buy a few more of. And the ball bearings. The bed was certainly, it kept the back of the wood a little bit cleaner, considering it's on a metal bed. So really pleased with the kit. It's really very simple. I think, honestly, I think about an hour we'll have it fitted. The only reason that I've done the video, and I might put it out as a long video and a short video, but I might not. But the only reason I did the video is because before I bought, I was looking for somebody who was using it. But yeah, great system. So I hope this video helps some of you out. Like I say, when you get your order, make sure that you go on and download the instructions, have a read through them first, because anything that I'm not explaining well enough will be in here, but it sort of gives you some sort of idea on what you're doing. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching.